Hi everybody, welcome to Line of the Week number 169, Motif Development Using Melodic Rhythms. It's time again to take a rhythm, add notes to it, and then improvise with it over tunes. This is called motif development. Each week I try to present brief explanations and examples of specific tools you can use in your own improvisation. Let's briefly review some of the motif development tools people use. First, begin with an original motif, pick a rhythm, and add notes that fit the harmony. Next is variation, same notes, different rhythm. Extension, meaning adding notes. Fragmentation, using a part of the motif. Rhythmic displacement, starting the motif on a different beat. Augmentation, meaning making the time values longer. Diminution, making the time values shorter. And sequence, which means the repetition of rhythm and or melody for the purpose of creating continuity. Sort of like a pattern with a rhythmic element to it. These concepts are further explained in Hal Crook's book, How to Improvise. I have no financial interest in the book whatsoever. Mr. Crook was one of my teachers at Berkeley back in the day. I got permission from the publisher to refer to the book from time to time. This week's line is based on a minor blues and mainly includes three motif development tools: variation, extension, and fragmentation. Before I get to the line of the week, and so we're all on the same page, here are the chords to the progression. The chords are C minor for 4 measures, then F minor 7 for 2 measures, back to C minor for 2 measures, then A flat 7, G7, C minor for 2 measures. Here are the chord scales I use this week for this blues. The parent chord scales I'm using are C melodic minor or a blues scale, and then E flat major under the F minor 7 chord, then C melodic minor, then E flat melodic minor, then A flat melodic minor, then C melodic minor. The melodic rhythms I use are from Jerry Bergonzi's book, Volume 4, Melodic Rhythms. Again, I use the book with permission from the publisher. I don't have any financial interest in the book whatsoever. Here's the melodic rhythm I'm using this week. Here's the line of the week with Guitar Pro backing I use to make sure I'm getting the notes and the rhythm accurate. I should note that for some spots there are alternate fingerings you could use that work fine, both for the left hand and the right hand. Let's look specifically at the line of the week. In measure 1, you've got the original motif, meaning the melodic rhythm with notes that fit the harmony. In measure 2, there's the original motif again. Measure 3, again the original motif with a quarter note extension that you find in measure 4. For the rest of measure 4, there's a rest. In measure 5, there's a variation of the original motif. In measure 6, there's an extension of the original motif, and the extension contains eighth notes. In measure 7, there's a variation of the original motif. In measure 8, there's a rest. In measure 9, there's a fragment of the original motif, which just means for the beginning of the motif. In this case, a fragment is just a part of the motif, and in this case we've got 4/8 notes, which is the beginning of the original motif. In measure 10, there's another fragment of the original motif. In measure 11, there's another variation of the original motif to close out the line. So that's all for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.